Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today, what these things say. So before we get started, you like my channel, please consider subscribing. Helps my channel grow. And as they say, it's free. And along with that, feel free to leave comments. Love to hear from you. So today's subject, what these things say. What these things say is whether or not you should or should not retire. So if these things are something that you might be happening to you, you might consider not retiring yet. So first is just not enough money in your savings. So when you look at how much money you have in your savings, you got to remember, the 4% rule for withdrawals, the required minimum withdrawals. Along with that, they say that you should have 10 times your annual salary when you're 67 years old. So think about what you make and times that 10 and take a look. Are you in that category? Does that give you a comfortable amount of money? Along with that, you need to account for inflation, medical costs, and long-term care, which is not part of medical costs. So don't be confused. They are two distinctly different things. And your lifestyle choices. What kind of lifestyle choices? How kind of life do you live? What are the things you like to do that cost you money? So are you already thinking of delaying collecting Social Security simply because you need to work longer to have more money? Then you've already kind of made your mind up a little bit there. Next thing on the list is longevity. Do you have longevity in your family history? Because if you do, you've got to consider how long you're going to live and whether you're going to outlive your money. So do you have enough money to comfortably live? So if you retire at 62 and you know that you have many, members in your family, that have lived into their 90s, now you're looking at 30 years of retirement. So even funding 20 years of retirement is a challenge in today's world. So, got to look at that. Next on the list, are you someone who regularly spends more than you make? Okay. That could be a serious dent in the ability to retire because you are constantly finagling the budget, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. So are you spending more than you make? So, so you got to think about that. So if you don't want to work in retirement, you need to adjust your lifestyle now. You need to look at, what are you doing? What can you do away with? And, how can you amend that lifestyle, so that you can certainly make sure that you are ready for retirement. And most importantly, you can live the retirement you want to live. Next up is, can you reduce your spending? So depending on, what you're doing, can you reduce anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month out of your spending? You should take a good, hard, serious look at that. Put a budget together, take it out for a trial run and see what you can do to really, bring that spending under control. And next is you need to increase your savings. Increase, how much money you're putting away so that you are, putting yourself in a better position, for that retirement. And you can increase your income now, by taking a side gig, a part-time job now, even though you're working a job. If you don't want to work in retirement, consider working a spare or extra job now and stash that money away. Put it all back into savings. Don't spend it. Make real headway with that cash. So if you start planning early, that's really the key. You got to think about what you want out of retirement and what you need to be able to achieve that. Darn flies. So plan. I say that in videos all the time. It's the key to the ability to have a successful retirement. So the last things, if you don't want to work in retirement, you need to start looking at those things I talked about early, long before you retire, so that you can put yourself in the best possible position to say, I'm going to enjoy my retirement and I'm not going to have to work. So with that, I'm going to tell you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.